Go check out FIFACoinTrader.com for excellent deals in buying and selling coins on FIFA Ultimate Team. Hey guys, CodyBo3 here and welcome to episode 39 of the Real Deal. Now we started this episode off with a huge amount of trading. Now I tried something a little different for this episode. You'll see there I've got 27 players in my watch list. Now the majority of the players are below about 3 to 4k in value. There was a couple there like Valdez that I picked up for 9,100 that was a tiny bit higher. Now I ended up selling the three of them guys on for 10,500, so made about 1k profit off them after tax. I also got a couple of Ferdinands in there, a couple of Sanchez's, some Vermaelen, some Santi Cazorlas. So yeah, you'll see the kind of pattern developing is that I'm buying players for a lower price. I'm getting a lower amount of profit, but I'm getting a higher return on investment, if that makes sense. It'll make sense to some of you guys that may do economics or something like that. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm buying a larger quantity of players and making pretty much the same amount of profit. I'm finding that I can pick these players up a lot easier in terms of picking up gold players. I've struggled a tiny bit with picking up the more expensive gold players because they are being watched by so many people. But yeah, I paid certain prices for certain players. Like Vermaelen I sold on for I think 1,700 all of them, and I picked them up for about 1k, 1,100. I got a couple of Jareds there for 1,500 that I sold on for 2.5. The Ferdinand sold for about 1,500 to 1,700. Picked them up for about 800. So a decent amount of profit off them all. Nothing absolutely incredible, and that's not what I was going for at all because obviously their value was so low. But it was more just about ticking over the profit. And I ended up making actually quite a bit of profit in this episode, considering the players that I was trading with. I just wanted to try something new. But we've been talking about all that trading for so long now. Into the first game, this was actually the quarterfinal of the Gold Cup. From the last episode, we did end up winning the first round. So we were into the quarterfinal, and this was an epic game, guys, it must be said. If this is the one that is... I think, yeah, I think this is the game. I'm pretty sure. If it is, I'll let you know. Yeah, no, this is the game. This was an incredible game. Sorry I got a bit confused there, but yeah, you'll see there 2-2, and then the wheels really did come loose for me. He scored quite a few goals in quick succession. You'll see there the first one by Aguero. A couple of seconds later, Aguero again with the deftest of chips over my keeper, and that made it 4-2. And at this point, the game was effectively over. Look at that for a shot as well. I think that was Di Natale that took that shot, and Aguero again. So we hit 3 quick-fire goals to make it 5-2, and I was pretty much dead and buried. There was about 30 minutes left in the game. But I do grab one goal back there by Jose Callejon, literally just a couple of seconds after he scored that 5th one. And again here, he kicks it out to Borja Garcia, and I get another lifeline. So there's 22 minutes left in the game. And into the 90th minute, this was my last chance to grab an equalizer and hopefully send this into extra time. It was literally the last few touches of the game. I have Jose Callejon. Can I do it? The finesse shot off the post and in for the equalizer in the 90th minute. At this point, I was going absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe I brought it back to 5-5 and I was pushing it into extra time. I did make a couple of substitutions because this game mattered so much to me, because games like this, I just really want to win. It means so much more to me to win a game like this rather than just hammer someone 8-0. So I did bring on the big guns like Benzema and Alonso and also Kaká. And I did bring them on for the fact of, in case I did end up going to a penalty shootout, Kaká and Benzema have really, really good penalties. But you'll see there I did take the lead with Jesse Rodriguez. He gets 2 bites at the cherry and puts me 6-5 up. And at this point, my opponent was just on self-destruction mode, and I just got another goal there. Jesse Rodriguez once again on the stroke of halftime in extra time, and again just before halftime in extra time took a shot there, a ball bounced, bobbled, Benzema takes a shot, lands for Borja Garcia, and he fires it home. A great finish there, does a little bit of a dance. And that was too much for my opponent. My opponent said, yeah, hey, I'm done. I can't believe I threw away a 3-goal lead and connection has been lost. And I ended up winning that game. Anyways, let's take a look at our trade pile. We have 27 players that sold. So all of them did sell. They sold within... I think a couple hours. I bought these players during the night last night, so I think I started trading at about 11, finished up at about 12:30. So not really during the night, but late enough. And then I listed them at 12:30 for a couple hours, and then When I went to bed, I listed them up for 12 hours, and by then all of them had sold. It was only the case of selling maybe about 2 or 3 overnight, and when I woke up, they were all sold. So you see the prices that I sold the players for. As I said, Vermaelen sold for about 1,700. Gerrard sold for 2,501. There was in a 4-2-2-2-2-2 formation, sold for 2,800. Also, I got a lot of profit off Sanchez's. Now, the ones that are going for a bit more, they're actually right midfield Sanchez's, and they go for a considerable amount more. Same with Ben Arfa. That's a right midfield Ben Arfa, just in case you think it's the right wing, because I think the right wing only goes for about 1,000 in Ben Arfa, and Sanchez it was about 1,500 to 1,700. That was a left full Giovinco. It would just have taken too long to go into each individual player to show you what position they were in. So if you see the price a bit different, it's because they are in different positions. So the Sanchez's that sold for about 3.5k were right midfield. You'll see there Ferdinand's sold for about 1,500. So I made about 700 coins profit off them. Off the Sanchez's in right midfield, I actually made a decent amount off. And the right wing ones, I made a decent amount of profit. I picked up a couple of K off all them Valdez's, and about 750 coins off that Abate. So again, not a massive amount of profit off any one individual player, but the fact that I got 27 players and made profit off every single one, that all added up. And I think that trading session came to about 22-23k, somewhere around that, which is decent. It's not nothing unbelievable, but in terms of how much I actually invested in the players, it's not all that bad. So yeah, happy enough with that little trading session. You'll see there into the next game. This was the semi-final of the Gold Cup, and I went 1-0 up through Di Maria, and again here it was with Pepe from the corner, and the most unlikely of headers from a corner was Jose Callahan. He's only a little short dude, and he made it 3-0, but just after half-time my opponent came out and scored with Valencia to make it 3-1. But look at this for a goal. It's just like a ping pong. I just keep doing them little chipped over the top 3 balls, and I actually tried to chip the keeper there, but for some reason I think that was Jesse Rodriguez who managed to like turn around and then do another chip. But fortunately enough, Jose Callahan was there to finish it. And finally, I put the nail in the coffin with Di Maria, and that made it 5-1, and that's how the game ended. So we were into the final of the Gold Cup. And guys, this is not something you've seen very often in the Real Deal. 2 trading sessions in one episode. Basically, I've been reading a lot of your comments, and you've been saying that I'm never going to get Ronaldo, so I'm trying to step up my game. I'm trying to do a lot more trading in my free time, and whenever I can get a bit of trading done, I will do it. So that's what I'm doing. I wanted to push over that 200k barrier for today and make about 35-40k profit, and that's actually what I did through this little trading session right before your very eyes. The only player that I traded with differently from the first session was Fabio Contrao. So all them Sanchez's that I paid pretty much between like 2 and 2.5k for, they were right midfield Sanchez's, as I said. Anyways, I put all them up into the trade pile to sell, and I went into the final of the Gold Cup hoping to win it. You'll see there he's got quite a few cards on his players. He's got a card on Rooney and Van Persie up front. He's got a card on his centre backs and his goalkeepers, so that's a bit sweaty there. But anyways, into the first half, and 6 minutes in, Di Maria scores a lovely header there to make it 1-0, and things went from bad to worse for my opponent. Look at Di Maria at the back post all the time in the world, and he finishes it very nicely to make it 2-0. And you'll see here my opponent does actually end up grabbing a, I suppose, consolation. It was the 84th minute. Hazard scores there, but it made for a very tense last 5 minutes. But he had piled all his players forward. I kind of danced around. He was sliding, and it was the 90th minute. And who was there but Kaká to finesse it home very nicely. And that was that pretty much. Game over, 3-1, and I was victorious. That means that I have won the Gold Cup. I think that's my maybe third or fourth time to win the Gold Cup in the Real Deal series. Anyways, that is it for all the games. We've got one thing left to do, and that's look at all the prices we sold the players for from that second trading session. So the Sanchez is sold for about 3,200 to 3,400. So I made about, on average, I think it was about 1,500 off each one of them when it was all added up. Fellaini I bought for 1,100. I sold on for 2k. Vermaelen I picked up for, I think it was 1k, in around 1k, sold on for 1700. The Cohen Trows in bad formation sold for like 2k and I think 1900, and I picked them up for 1100 and I think 1300 respectively. And the Cohen Trow in a good formation 2100, I think I picked that up for 1300, so about 600 coin profit off that. And that was the last of the Sanchez, who somehow sold even though he's 4-3-3 with the right midfield. I don't know. Anyways, that is it for this episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, go subscribe, and I'll see you next time.